वेलकम बैक टू पैनल डे सुपर हीरोज अहॉय। मेरा नाम है तुषार। Welcome back to Panel Day Superheroes Ahoy. So I'm back with the WOME, Weapons of Mass Extinction Stage 2, Trial of the Last Asuran by Holy Cow. So this is the next book after WOME 1 that I reviewed probably 4 to 5 months back. This one is the star team of Bijoy, Gaurav Srivastav, Vivek, Goel, Abhilash Panda, Prasad Patnaik, I think Avinash Ghosh, and Vibhav Pandey, who is doing the letters. So I quite like the first volume of this book, and it's like John Carpenter kind of dystopian action. It builds upon the world of Desh, the Last Asuran, and this is also like a Last Asuran book 3. But for this continuity, we'll stick to this WOME stage 1 and stage 2. So this is the stage 2 book, and in essence, like just to kind of give you a quick summary, this book builds upon the action. So while the first part, Blood of the Last Asuran, had a lot of bits where there was stage setting of many concepts, like there was this lost city of Heladweep, then there was some sci-fi ops, like there was this spy ops kind of team with like really wild characters. Then there was some people on the hunt for Desh, for his blood. Then there was this kind of vigilante team within Heladweep, which is like this dystopian city. Not dystopian, it's like a like an island city, and you get a lot of science fiction elements in this. And they were trying to nab this kind of racket of child trafficking, and they were very pure. If you would have seen like 80s cyberpunk movies, like concepts of only a select few surviving or making it to the next race, concept of outsiders, like concepts of cleansing. So all these things were explored by Bijoy in volume 1. Part 2, it took me a while to approach it because I had to read back the first part a couple of times, and then I've also read the second part now 2-3 times. And overall, I found the evolution of the story good. In terms of the beats, this also works in similar fashion. You get 3 or 4 kind of arcs in parallel. But one good thing that I found was the story telling is much smoother in this, as in there is not too many characters. It just builds upon those 2-3 characters that was seen in the first part, and there's a lot more action, and you will see a lot more action of Desh or the Last Asuran. So there's a character called Obsidian that was introduced. You get to see a lot more of him. There is a origin story of sorts, and there is at the end of volume 1, there is a doctor mentioned. So in this part, you actually get to see who the doctor is. There is this character of Maya. She's like this warrior kind of character, and she gets like hostage in this Moonblade kind of a cult or kind of headquarter, and how she like struggles out of there. I don't want to give the whole story, but yeah, this is the kind of premise, and there is a lot of action. There is this whole blood element of like the Asura aspect of Desh, and that the ragtag group of like thieves or spies or soldiers. You also see some good developments on that arc, and then yeah, you will see a lot of action and how these 2-3 arcs kind of mingle and conflict. And there is a lot of good story evolution in part 2. You will really like the kind of elements that have come into the story. Again, I'm not revealing everything. So there is lot of if you are a fan of like the universe of Desh, you will really love it, and it also aligns with the overall holy cow kind of universe and storytelling. So let me just refer to my notes here also. Uh, so, like I said, the you see the character of Obsidian. A significant part of story goes into him. So you will see like a spider kind of creature with tentacles. I was reminded of this film Eight-Legged Freaks, just in the kind of structure. Uh, then there is further build on this new dawn or the morning star story. There are some flashbacks to Desh's childhood. The art is there is small changes in the team. So I think Tadam is not there in this part. There is more of Gaurav Srivastav. But the good thing is there's a lot of good continuity and consistency in terms of art. Another thing I found very interesting was these kind of panels. So you see 3 4 times this kind of structure comes in the story, which is something very holy cow. So this kind of paneling, and this happens 3 4 times in the story. And whereas Desh is concerned, you really love these kind of big muscly kind of brawl sequences, right? So you get lots of them as well. So very quickly, like this kind of thing, lot of action, lot of kind of these big onomatopoeia kind of thing, like and the art is just like next level in this. It's really cool. So this kind of thing, Desh in all his glory, that's what you get to see. There is also another particular page that I love. It's kind of very Frank Miller kind of thing. So this is also very well done in terms of art and the writing. There is also another character called Supreme Arana. So you should read the book to know about it. There is also a lot of gory sequences, like some you would be reminded of some like self-harm or Korean kind of horror. There is so all these elements. So you get horror, action, and this apocalyptic kind of storytelling. The interesting part that is there in that, there is also connection to mythology. So there is a connection to like the overall verse of or the overall, like in Holy Cow you would have seen like allusions to Indian mythology. So you have that connection here as well, and that is, I think, a very good direction that this story arc is particularly taking. So there's mention of Naglo, Vasuki. There is a codex kind of concept that is being built upon. So overall, I really loved the part 2. The page count is, I think, 10 or 12 pages more than the last part. So there's a slight increase in the price, but it's purely value for money. So I'll also try to show you some inside pages in the next part. But overall, it's a great book. I sat with it for a couple of weeks because I wanted to fully absorb it and enjoy it and then share my views. So this is about Weapons of Mass Extinction Stage 2, Trial of the Last Asuran by Holy Cow.